Hello and welcome to another edition of Live Poetry Reading with me, your host, Clarence Plank, the Shoebox Poet. We are reading from Finding Peace Within the Storm, which celebrates its book birthday, or it turns 5 years old on July 29th. So, excuse me. 5 years ago, I published this book. And while you're seeing the hardback book here, it is available on Amazon, and you can buy yourself a hardback or paperback copy, or if you like a ebook, that is available too. And so trying to figure out how to do a audible version of this book, but we'll get there someday. In the meantime, I want to be reading to you this poem called Moth. We dance around this flame, and we both know what will happen if we step close. But here we go. Around and round, like love sickles. I wish it was a cure for my, you've gotten into my head. Spin me around, turn me about. I've lost all sense of direction. So we danced in the light of a flickering flame, of a candle I burned for you. And burning desire, only you can control the spark. I'm trying to figure out why. At the moment, it all escapes me. So here we are, dancing around, never touching, never embracing, breathing each other's breath, and the fire is growing faint. So you move close enough to me, leading me on, and I drift next to the flame. In a flash, it all comes to an end. The chicken is done, and the moth dies while falling for a butterfly. So this right here was basically a parody on another poem I did called Whirlwind. It says I believe I read this poem to you. It's page 60 in this book. And as I said, I have different versions of different poems. It's like because different things, even though it's the same poem, it's just written in a different way. And it wasn't the final product from what I came up with, but this was something that I created for that. And looking at how moths are drawn to the flame because that's what they see, the light, and all the other moths that are drawn to the light, along with all the flies and bugs and different things. So in that, love can be seen and being the same way, or lust from a certain point of view. When you're lusting after someone, you put aside all things and you start going after them in that way. You don't really see the love of the situation. You just see more of the lust because you want that person. And as you get closer and closer, as the flame starts to die, you end up getting burned. There's next one called Real. I'm awakened from a gentle slumber to the sound of a grandfather clock striking the tone of 9. I yank at the blanket that was draped over me, putting aside and brace myself to stand. With the stretch and a yawn, I turn off the television and turn on the lights as I walk up the stairs, passing picture frames and faces that strung along the walls. I glance at some of the faces, strangers to me, but I know them. At the top of the stairs, I open a door leading to a dark room, and a light from the hall lights up the room to show a small bed in the corner. A collection of stuffed animals, a dollhouse and dolls, and a desk and a chair. It's a little girl's room. I close the door, walk down the hall to the bathroom to another door slightly ajar, and peek inside her room to see a woman holding a baby, gentle swinging, softly humming a song. I open the door softly. Her eyes met mine with a smile. She whispers my name, and I stand next to her, looking at the baby in her arms. She says, "Do you want to hold him, Daddy?" I took the child in my arms and took a seat in the rocking chair, watching him slowly stir. He yawns, stretches, and glances at me with clear blue eyes, and wondering who was holding him. He snuggled up to me, and I could feel him breathing. His skin was soft, his little hands, little fingers, and toes. They were echoes of sounds and lights, annoying buzzing. In the morning, I rose from my bed with a deep hurt. I took a shower, got dressed. It was all a dream, but a part of me says it felt so real. Now, I had a dream once, and this is what this is based off of, where I did, end up holding a baby in my arms, and it was so real because of the feelings and the emotions that it drew, or that came upon me from the situation of being holding a baby in my arms. And so it was a real eye-opening experience, and it did leave a sense of depression or sadness after the fact from waking up and not having that moment to be real. Oh. This next poem is called Invisible. Am I invisible? I recall standing here before you, bearing my soul, the expression on your face mentioned something more. You're just like everyone else, hiding behind a mask of lies, pretending to be somewhere else. You never gave me a chance to change the light inside of me, so I become so much more. So here we drift apart, letting something die. It could have been greater than these words might describe. Am I here? Or just a ghost that people find when they need someone? This has been my pain. The burden I kept inside, breaking my heart and threw away a blessing. And this is my penance for someone's misery. My story doesn't end, but it just keeps on going without any remorse. What did I do wrong? That you can't see me, standing here waiting, wanting you? Do I have to die just to win your heart? Or move some unforeseen doubt? Maybe it's okay and I'll find a way to get past this loneliness I feel inside. Um, this poem was actually inspired by the movie Get Smart. And there's a scene in there where Maxwell Smart is basically on out in the city, and he's walking, and people just brush by him or knock him over or do different things, and he's just like, am I invisible that you don't see me being here? I am alive, I am a person, and I am in this space right here, but yet you don't see me, you're ignoring me. And it's just like, wow, you know. This next one's called Fingers Burn. I feel your skin beneath my hand, and my fingers burn against your flesh. I taste your breath as I kiss your lips. Our bodies interlock as our flesh becomes one. And I can feel myself melting you. As our legs intertwine, your skin is soft and warm, like a warm stream in a cold winter. I hear your breath in the night, a gentle sound. I can feel your body shiver under my spell as you cling to me like a bandage. And for me, I was thinking of a song. I forget what this song was, but I know one of the things that it talks about. Well, excuse me, about your fingers burning um, after the touch or feeling the touch of someone. And this is going to be the last one, the last poem of the night, as we go through this book here. This is called Not Amused, and the inspiration for this is basically, um, as a writer, you had those moments where the muse just talks to you at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're tired and you want to sleep, but the muse is just running around your head, filling you with words and thoughts and stuff to write something. There she goes again, running about my head, tearing down pictures, throwing papers everywhere, changing the channels on TV, going through music videos, trying to find a spark. It's bloody chaos. The room is a mess. Everything's turned upside down, and she won't leave me alone. She keeps talking in Greek, perhaps Spanish or something other. All I know is she's getting on my nerves. I love her dearly, and I hurt when she falls silent. But sometimes I wish I had some Prozac, maybe lithium, something to calm her down, and nothing works. I gave her alcohol once. Nothing is worse than a drunk muse. She's sloppy, and nothing she writes makes sense. The icing on a cake is a hangover she gets. Man, she looks like crap the next day. Then again, I thought Screeps were party animals. That got her attention, and now she's flipping me off. Where'd you learn to do that? Yeah, blame me. As she goes about her business, keeping me awake. And that's basically the truth of things. It's like when you're a writer or artist or something, is like you had that moment of inspiration from your muse speaking to you, and you just can't block it out. So here we are. As I said, my book is celebrating 5 years of being published, self-publishing my first book. So if you want to get your copy, go on the link. It's in the description of this video, or through my link tree. It'll take you directly to the page where the book is. And I said it's a in paperback, hardback, or a ebook if you want that. Check out my friends Sarah Aikenhead, Sherry Aikenhead, and Bill Omer Miller, and their Casting and Fire podcast. Definitely, let's see, check out the Spine Bookshop, and their link in there to the Chronicles of a Bookshop podcast, and the wonderful authors that are in the Spine Bookshop. And definitely check out the Spine Bookshop itself in Smyrna. If you, it's definitely a new place. They open their doors in a new spot, so definitely check it out. I definitely want to get down there myself and check it out. My friend Braden Drake is a talented Christian musician and artist. He is looking to host his first outside outdoors concert, and he has a GoFundMe. You can find that link in the description of this video. So definitely go check out and donate if you can. If not, if you happen to know anybody that has some equipment that is willing to let him borrow it to be able to use it, he'll probably appreciate that. His um, page or his link to you can find him on Instagram. It's on there. My friend Aria and Alberta and their Reiki services. Definitely check them out. Their links in there too. So definitely give them a check out and look for things. And my friend Jenna Jenks portraits and the wonderful portraits that she makes on her Facebook page and Instagram. So other than that, you have a good one, and I will see you next weekend.